Hello there. I'm so excited to share this video with you today. In the past, I had a direct store for my books that was through Shopify, but I shut it down probably about a year ago simply because the cost of keeping it going was unsustainable for me. It didn't make sense for where I was at the time. And I kind of thought I wouldn't be able to do a direct store for my books until some unknown time in the future when I had the budget to, keep the store running and run daily ads to it and all that sort of stuff. But what I'm here to show you today is my new direct store, which I'm running through Fourthwall, which is, well, first of all, it's not costing me anything to have it running right now, and I'm super excited about what I'm going to be able to do with it. So let me show you what we've got here. So in the products part of the store, I already have set up all of my books, and I'll just click into one and show you how I did it. It's so easy. It's amazing. So I put under each book for the description, I just used the blurb, and then I went into the additional sections here and made the first one. I can't remember what they're actually called, but I renamed them. So I made the first one frequently asked questions and addressed in there deliverability, how that's going to work, and readability. So I'm using BookFunnel. BookFunnel and Fourthwall do have a way to link them. That information is all available on the BookFunnel website. They talk you through the whole process and the API and all that stuff. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. It's not, you don't have to be a developer. It's not that complicated. Also in the FAQs, not for this book because it's currently a standalone, but I do also have, if it's part of a series, in the series reading order and linking to that. Then in the next additional section, which I believe was, I don't remember what it was for. Again, I renamed it to Start Reading, and I put a sample of the first chapter. Now, it's not so long that you're able to put the whole thing in there, but still you're able to give a taste, which I think is a great, important start. Now, the other thing that's really, really cool, oh my gosh, so cool. This is what part of why I came back to direct sales in the first place, is that Fourthwall is a merchant of record. So they handle taxes for you. So when you choose your product category here, this is so that they know how to calculate sales tax and that they are then able to handle all of that on your behalf, which I think is super, super empowering for authors, because being able to go direct, to have your own store where you sell these things is so wonderful. But I felt a big barrier to entry with Shopify because I was like, I just don't know all of these things. And most of the teachers that I can find who are talking about it are saying talk to an accountant about this. And that feels like a barrier to me. I don't currently have a lawyer or an accountant to bring these concerns to. So can someone help me just hold my hand through this? So that's great. That's wonderful. I really like that. Currently, I just have my ebook set up here. So one thing that is on my list to do today or very soon is to create some bundles of these ebooks, because now this is another change since I had my Shopify store. I have more books. I have, I think, twice as many books as I had at that time. So I am going to create a couple of different bundles. I think that's going to be great. I'm not currently doing paperbacks. So here's my plan for that. When I was checking this out the other day, I went to create new product. So you can do this, sell something I have, which is likely what I would do. I think I would just get my paperbacks from Ingram Spark. Again, I haven't set them up at Book Vault because I would need a new spine because mine are groundwood paper, which isn't available at Book Vault. So I just haven't wanted to deal with the headache of that. But we're considering very seriously moving back to the US, which means I would be able to ship these out myself. So I'm putting it on hold until then. But yeah, you can see here as you create this, again, still, even if you're shipping it yourself, you give them a product category and it is there under media. Then you choose books, print books. And so they're still calculating tax for you, which is really wonderful. And then if you're shipping them yourself, you can enter the weight of the product and your shipping estimate, and they're going to calculate all that for you. That's really wonderful. I'm super excited about being able to do that. The other thing that was there under products, I'm not sure if you saw it when I clicked before. So of course there's sell digital product, which we've already done with the ebook, but there's design something new. And this is for print on demand. I'm super excited about that. I have a couple of print on demand products. I have some designs from when I did my Kickstarter for We Were Inevitable. So I made some sweatshirts that have they had tropes on them, because in the book you could choose if it was going to be insta love, enemies to lovers, or friends to lovers. So I worked with an artist who made designs for each of those, and those are on like sweatshirts and mugs, also baseball caps that have tropes written on them. So I've never done anything with them since the Kickstarter. My intention at the time was always to have them available in the future, maybe on Etsy or something, but now I'm going to be able to have them right here in my own shop, which is super duper exciting. Also, when this channel gets to the point where it reaches like the first stage of monetization, which I believe is at 500 subscribers, a certain number of watch hours, then you're able to have like a YouTube shelf where the products are available right under the video. And I'm excited for that day when that comes, if that day ever comes. I'm not like chasing down subscribers. Of course, if you're watching this, please do consider subscribing, because I'm going to keep talking about this kind of thing, which I think is helpful. I think it's useful. And I love connecting with other indie authors. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about here? Basically, I love it. I think it's great. They also have the option to set up a membership. So this is like an alternative to Patreon, where you can have everything right there at once. I think that could be a really fun thing to do in the future. I'm not there yet. Also for, analytics and stuff, you can link it to your Facebook pixel, so you can do sales ads, all that sort of good stuff. You can set up promotions and have coupon codes. There's so many ways to utilize this. I think it's really exciting. So one complaint I've had in the past is like when people teach Shopify, they often talk about how like it's the best checkout. So much of the internet uses Shopify. And I agree. I mean, I've purchased something just the other day that was definitely on a Shopify website / checkout, and it was a very pleasant experience. But the reality is, for a lot of us who are at an early stage in selling direct, we might not have the budget to keep a Shopify site running, because it is, I believe it was like $39 a month just to have the site up and running. And then if you are adding in extra apps and stuff, of course, it's going to increase. So I'm trying to do things in the most sustainable way possible. I feel like, I just recorded another video. I feel like I say the word sustainable so much, because it is really important to me that we are doing our businesses in a way that we're able to keep doing them and we're not digging ourselves into some kind of debt. So I really love this. I love the idea of being able to keep the site running, whether there are any sales coming in or not, and of all the ways I'm going to be able to advertise it. I think it's just going to be super fun. I'll show you what my site looks like currently. I think it's pretty cute. And then I'll show you one other feature that I really like. So here's what my site looks like currently. It is got this delightful banner. I have a section here to show my newest release. I think it's nice to feature that prominently. And then I have a section here. I've grouped these by series, and I've also linked it to my YouTube and to my Instagram, so my recent posts are showing there. I think that's all pretty delightful, pretty fun. The only thing that's a little tricky is if you just click on browse all and it just shows all your products, it's sort of like, oh yeah, they aren't organized in any sort of way. But again, that is why on the homepage I had them grouped by series. So if you click on this one, yep, now they're in order. And same if you click on this one, again, they're in order. And I've manually put them in order. It's not ordered by alphabet or anything like that. It's just ordered by how I arranged them there. So I'm quite happy with that. The other thing that I think is super cool that's built in is this thank you feature. So you need to download the app for Fourthwall, as well as having, set up on the website. And in the app, whenever you get an order, you get this option to send a personalized thank you video to the person who sent it, to the person who placed the order. And I just tested this out myself because I have 3 books currently that are free, and so I ordered them myself to test out the functionality. And first of all, what I'll say about that is linking it with BookFunnel, very seamless, very wonderful. It all works really well. So the purchaser gets their confirmation email from Fourthwall as well as their email from BookFunnel right at the same time. The only little complaint I have with that is that it's not possible currently to update the language on like the sales completion page or the email to say like you are receiving this from BookFunnel. So it sounds in those messages like you should be able to click right here and get it. And when you have this set up, it does look like you could put the digital file right there. But to be more secure, I want to do it with BookFunnel. So Since they are linked, I'm sure they will have language in the future for being able to say to your customers how this all works. Also, I think people are getting more familiar with buying direct, and so they understand how it all goes. So I'm not too concerned about that. It's not a deal breaker for me by any means. And yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see how this can work. But as I was saying, the feature that I think is really cool is this thank you video feature. So I'm going to put in here, if I'm able to, the video that I sent myself, thanking myself for my purchase, because I think it's really cool. It's something that's only going to take a few seconds to do, maybe 20 seconds to do, but I think it will make such a difference to our customers. And I think that's the point of selling direct, is to be able to directly connect with your customers and say like, hey, you're a real person. I'm a real person. Thank you for this interaction that we are having. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to share a referral/affiliate link to Fourthwall. I believe at this point, since I haven't started selling, that this is limited to like the first 3 people who click on it are going to get $10 in sample credit for buying product samples of print-on-demand goods. I think that's how that works. I believe after that, at some point, like once I've started doing sales, then that feature will come back and then people will get $10 or $15. Again, I'm not entirely sure of the terms. So I would just say, click on it, try it out. It doesn't cost anything. It's a safe space to just go play around, but I think it could be a really powerful tool for us indie authors who want to have our own direct stores, who might have a little smaller budget. And I'm going to check in, I'm sure, in the future and let you know how it's going for me. And I'm really curious to hear from you if you have set up a shop through Fourthwall, if you're going to, if you're trying something else, maybe Lemon Squeezy. I think that's kind of a decent comp there. I checked that one out as well and ended up just going with Fourthwall because it was a quicker process. But you know, I think it's really quite a time to be alive when we have all these different options and tools available to us. And I'm curious to hear what you are going to do. So I'll see you next time.